Wow, day 2 of WonderCon?
I know. It's so much fun.
So tell us for today, you brought a different project for.
Yeah, this is a project that Legion M has been working on actually for a few years, and it is called Defiant. And it is the story of Robert Smalls. Mm-hmm. It's a true story of an actual real-life superhero. And Smalls was an enslaved ship's pilot in Charleston during the Civil War. And he had a family, he had kids, and at any moment, that family could literally be sold away from him. Mm-hmm. Plus, there was the war. He knew, as someone who's enslaved, that his chances of surviving it were pretty low. So he decided, I'm going to steal the battleship that I'm working on. And he did, and he saved his family, and he saved his friends and their families, and they managed to get through the blockade. They got to the Union Army, met Frederick Douglass, who introduced him to Lincoln, and suddenly he was the most famous black person on the planet. And he actually toured with P.T. Barnum. And he was involved in 17 naval battles. He became the first black captain of a naval vessel. And then he ran for Congress and won. I mean, it's too much to even conceive. And he established a template for our public school system because he actually paid people to teach him to read and write because as a slave he was not allowed to do that. So it's an incredible story. I was shocked because I approached my childhood friend Rob Edwards, who was the writer of Princess and the Frog, one of my favorite films of all time, and I just said, so what do you think about this story? And he was shocked. He said, I didn't even know this guy existed. I said, who should we get to write this? He's like, get me to write it. and that's what he went about doing. We did decide to do a graphic novel first to establish the intellectual property. And Rob has become a world authority on Robert Smalls. And of course, Robert Smalls' great-great-grandson, Michael Bulwer Moore, is a consultant on the film as well, and there are many other consultants who know the history very, very, very well. So we're super excited about it, and there's 2 issues that are available now. If you just go to legionm.com, you can purchase these things. But more important, there's 2 more comics that are about to come out, and we expect the whole graphic novel to be available by Juneteenth. So it's coming up really fast. And hopefully right after the graphic novel, we'll be able to make a big announcement about who's going to be directing this and turning it into a major feature film.
Now, I want to say for Legion M, this is an unusual path because I always know you doing films, but doing a graphic novel, that's an entirely different animal from what I understand.
Well, we've actually done one before. We had another project called The Girl with No Name, which started as a screenplay. And when we did a Kickstarter for that, and it became the most successful Kickstarter of all time at that particular moment. So it wasn't completely foreign to us. And also, for Defiant, we were working with Sebastian Jones and Stranger Comics. Mm-hmm. It's one of the top independent publishers of comics on the planet. So it's just, again, when you have such an amazing team, it's never easy, but it's certainly, you feel very, very, very grounded, and you know that it's going to get done right.
So what are the receptions so far with the graphic novel? Do you believe you have built enough fan base to get into that film?
Well, we did an initial Kickstarter. We raised about $150,000 to make the graphic novel. So that's a pretty good indicator of interest. And we're doing this. I mean, we're going out and we're talking to people, and that's really the way to do it. Is you've got to talk to community. You've got to talk to the fans. You've got to find ways for them to stop listening to, all the stuff that's hitting them in the head. You've got to get through all that static. And luckily, the people involved in this are very articulate and know how to tell a story.
Do you have more in the pipeline that you want to go through this avenue of doing a graphic novel before film? Or is this something that you want to take it case by case?
Well, I mean, in many cases we have, if we're looking at projects, sometimes we have projects that already have an established IP, so they come from a book, or they come from a comic book or a news article and so forth. But, we wouldn't necessarily shy away from it. It's a question of whether you really need to do it. So if everybody knows about the project that you're doing, it's probably not as critical to do a comic book. Mm-hmm. But I think it's always good if you're telling a great story, if you can do it in different mediums, that's a great thing to do.
And of course, taking a turn here, one of the things that everyone wants to push out is more black stories, especially more heroic black stories. In this case, with Robert Smalls.
Well, and true stories. Smalls. People should be cosplaying him here. He is someone that everyone needs to know about. And after Reconstruction, with the advent of Jim Crow, so many people's stories were just erased. And that has to not only stop, but we have to find those stories and restore them. This is a very personal story for the team. Everybody on it cares very much about restoring Robert Smalls to the place of dignity he deserves.
Well, it sounds like you have a terrific production team because they know it all and love this project.
Absolutely. We're very lucky. It's very, very, very lucky. But it's a great story, and it's the right time to tell it.
It certainly is. Thank you very much for speaking to me again.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Thank you.
Always.
All right.